Well, it is that time of year. Students will be leaving soon for college. And whether you're taking advantage of the free community college here in Maine or going to a public or private university, there are expenses beyond just the tuition to take into account. Jen Burke from the Maine Credit Union League. Jen joining us today, and she is here with some tips for those kids and their parents that are heading for college.
Absolutely. So if you're going and taking advantage of the free community college program, I mean, it's a wonderful program we have in here in Maine. It just got extended, so students graduating in 2024 and 2025 will also get to benefit from 2 years of free tuition at one of Maine's 7 community college system schools. However, in addition to tuition, there are just expenses that every college student faces, and those are the expenses regardless of whether they're going to community college or UMO or wherever, that they have to account for and budget for.
All right, let's dive a little deeper into those expenses. How do you best budget for them?
Well, you've got to look first. Your biggest expense is probably going to be your housing, and that's traditionally, it's always been a little bit less expensive to live off campus. But given how expensive rents are these days, that's not necessarily the case anymore. So you really need to do your math and figure out if staying on campus or off campus is the best deal. Books are an incredible cost for every college student. So consider renting books, buying used books, or you know what, go down to your library and take advantage of the books that are there. And then of course you have meals. Students often weigh the pros and cons of doing a meal plan. For example, if you plan on having all of your meals on campus, then maybe a meal plan is advantageous to you. But if you don't plan on taking all of those are meals you're essentially going to be paying for and not using. And that also includes that cup of coffee. That's an easy way for college students to spend money. You know, they go get a cup of coffee here and there. All of that adds up. So you really have to kind of budget in and think about your lifestyle and what you're going to do, and transportation as well. Are you staying on campus? Are you commuting? Do you have to factor in gas, parking passes, tolls? You know, always consider public transportation when you can, and carpooling. Find folks, if you are traveling off campus, find folks that you can go with. That will save you some money too.
All right, dig deep and pull out another additional tip or so that we can't really think about.
Use those college ID cards. You would be really surprised on retailers that will give you a discount if you show that you're a college student. And then use the amenities at your school. For example, a gym. Most colleges have a gym on campus. Use that versus paying for an outside gym. And also, be very careful on credit card debt. This is where so many college kids get in trouble. They get a credit card, they put expenses on there. If you can't pay it off right away, you don't want to walk out of college with even more debt because you have, you know, bills from the expense of going to college plus credit card debt. So be very mindful of it.
Yeah, how many stories have you heard of the kid with the credit card saying, "Oh, I'll buy all the pizza, no problem."
Too many, unfortunately. So
Absolutely.
These are good reminders for students, good reminders for parents out there whose children are getting ready to go. So keep these all at the back of your head.
Yes, thank you, Jen Burke. Thanks for joining us.